G'day YouTube, Quacker John here. Alan has very kindly sent me a video showing the wiring on his Vulcan S for his second brake light. Alan is a subscriber of the channel and a regular contributor to the channel. Enjoy.
This is my Kawasaki 2019 Vulcan S. Last week, I did a quick video on the second brake light that I installed. There was a lot of questions on how I ran the wiring and how all that looked. So what I want to do now is demonstrate once more what that looked like a couple of times, and then show you how I ran the wiring. Everybody will be different, but here's what it looks like. Once again, so that is the second brake light. It functions both off of the rear foot brake and the switch up on for the front brake. I will now proceed to take the pillion seat, the rider seat, this plastic part, and this fender all needs to come off in order to expose the wiring underneath, and how I wired it to the battery. And I'll show you that in a few minutes. Okay, these are the parts that we needed to be taken off in order to get to the wiring for that second rear brake light. It's pretty simple actually. You will need a 10 and 12 millimeter socket, and you can see here, this is the left side, that is the right side, that is the fender, and there are two little pins that fit up on the front. I also you can either use a multi-tool like this that's metric, or I use the T-handles, and you'll need a 3 millimeter, 6 millimeter, and 8 millimeter, maybe even a 4 millimeter Allen wrench in order to remove some of the screws and whatnot. It also gives me an opportunity to wipe down all of the painted surfaces. I use Kawasaki's Care, and then any metal surfaces I use WD-40, which is a water displacing formula with a microfiber rag along with a microfiber rag from the wipe down. Obviously I use different rags for that particular purpose. So that's what that all looks like when you take it all apart. It's pretty easy. It's not difficult to do. Now, when it comes to the actual wiring, as I've said in my earlier video, what I did was ran the wire from the side there up to the bracket. Can you hold that one, Jack? Hold right there. So the wire comes off the point, goes up underneath. I drilled a small hole in this little plastic bracket that holds the reflector. Then what happens is you run the wires up through. It may require loosening a couple of screws here to get through that plastic piece, and then the wire comes up. Now what you'll see here is the wire coming up underneath this bracket, underneath here, goes around and drops underneath. Now, the actual controller I used was the GS100 strobe light controller. That is also available on Amazon. You can clearly see that this is the in, that is the out. So what you do basically is follow the path. The in part here comes up over, and right there is the brake light wiring. It's a blue wire with a red stripe. I spliced into that, and then the ground wire, as you see here, connects and then runs to the ground wire on the out, and all of that I brought over to the battery and connected to the top of the battery. Very, very simple operation. So the input to the controller comes from the brake light wire here. That's the input. And then the output obviously goes back underneath and goes to the actual light. So that's how simple it is. It's not very difficult at all. And this is what the bike will look like with all those parts off. And hopefully then it's just a matter, once you get that wired in, it's a matter of just replace everything back the way you took them off. Take your time, and I hope this helps everybody with how I wired the strobe controller and the second rear brake light. Have a great day. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel. The Quacker John Vulcan S show is on every Friday night at 10 PM Brisbane, Australia time. You are most welcome to join in. You are most welcome to join the Quacker John chat room, and the link for your invitation to join the chat room is in the comments under the video. I published a book called My Kawasaki Vulcan S Adventures, and it is available on the Amazon website. See ya!